Did you know that January is a month of firsts, frosty beginnings, and fascinating events? Stick around, because in the next 10 minutes, we're diving into some seriously cool facts about this incredible month that'll leave you saying, I didn't know that. So, grab your hot cocoa and let's get started. You know, when we think about January, we think about new beginnings, a fresh start, a clean slate. But have you ever wondered why this month is called January? Well, buckle up, because we're going back in time to ancient Rome. The Romans, those celestial calendar enthusiasts, named this month after Janus, their god of beginnings, gates, transitions, time, duality, doorways, passages, and endings. Talk about a multitasker, right? And get this, Janus is usually depicted with two faces, one looking back at the past and the other gazing into the future. Now, isn't that fitting for the first month of the year? It's like January itself is a doorway between the year gone by and the year ahead. One face reflecting on the lessons learned and the other looking forward to new adventures, new resolutions, and maybe even some new cosmic discoveries. So, we've established that January is named after a pretty cool, two-faced Roman deity. But here's a cosmic plot twist. January wasn't always the first month of the year. Can you imagine celebrating the new year in March? Well, that's precisely what the ancient Romans did. Back then, their calendar year began in March, a time for the renewal of the agricultural cycle and, let's be honest, a good excuse for a party. But then, in 153 BCE, something monumental happened. The Romans decided to shake things up and declared January as the first month of the year. Why the change, you ask? Well, it coincided with the inauguration of Roman consuls, their highest elected officials. Think of it as a cosmic calendar reboot. It's fascinating how these ancient decisions still resonate in our modern world, shaping the way we mark time and celebrate the turning of the year. Hold on to your hats, folks, because January throws us a celestial curveball. This month, while many of us are bundling up against the cold, something quite extraordinary is happening in the vast expanse of space. You might associate January with winter chills, but here's a fact that'll warm you up. Earth is actually closest to the sun in January. This phenomenon is known as perihelion, and it's a fascinating aspect of our planet's orbit. That's right, during the northern hemisphere's winter. While we shiver in our coats and scarves, Earth is at its nearest point to the sun. We call this point in Earth's orbit perihelion, a fancy word for near the sun. It's a term that comes from ancient Greek, combining peri, meaning near, and helios, meaning sun. It happens on or around January 4th. And at this time, our planet is about 91 million miles from our star. That's roughly 3 million miles closer than when we are at aphelion, the farthest point from the sun, which occurs in early July. Now you might be thinking, wait a minute, if we're closer to the sun, shouldn't January be hotter? It seems counterintuitive, doesn't it? And that's a great question. It's a common misconception that our distance from the sun dictates the seasons. But here's the cosmic catch. Earth's seasons aren't determined by our distance from the sun, but by the tilt of our planet's axis. This axial tilt is about 23.5 degrees, and it's the reason we experience seasons. So, even though we're closer to the sun in January, the northern hemisphere is tilted away from the sun's warmth, hence the wintry conditions. Meanwhile, the southern hemisphere enjoys summer. It's a cosmic reminder that our planet's dance around the sun is a delicate balance of factors, creating the seasons we experience. This intricate interplay of distance and tilt ensures that we have the diverse climates and weather patterns that make Earth so unique. Chapter 4. Howling at the Wolf Moon. January nights are often illuminated by the silvery glow of a full moon, but this isn't just any full moon, my friends, it's the wolf moon. This name, steeped in ancient lore, comes from Native American and early European traditions. Imagine this. A cold, bleak January night, snow blanketing the ground and the sound of wolves howling in the distance. It's easy to see how this moon got its name. During this time of year, food was scarce and wolves would often howl outside villages, their haunting cries echoing through the frosty air. But the wolf moon wasn't seen as a bad omen. In some cultures, it was a reminder of the resilience of nature, the ability to survive even in the harshest conditions. It was a time for reflection, for connecting with the natural world, and for honoring the creatures that shared our planet. Chapter 5. A World Tour of New Year's Traditions. January 1st, a day for fresh starts, new resolutions, and of course, celebrating the arrival of a brand new year. Around the world, this day is marked with unique customs and traditions that reflect the rich tapestry of human culture. But did you know that people around the world ring in the new year in wildly different ways? Each country, and sometimes even each region within a country, has its own special way of welcoming the new year. Let's take a trip around the globe and explore some of these fascinating traditions. Buckle up as we embark on this cultural journey. In Spain, people welcome the new year with a mouthful of good fortune, literally. As the clock strikes midnight, Spaniards eat 12 grapes, one for each chime of the clock. They eat 12 grapes at midnight, one for each month of the year, hoping for luck and prosperity. This tradition, known as Las 12 Uvas de la Suerte, is believed to bring good fortune and ward off evil spirits. Meanwhile, in Japan, families celebrate Oshigatsu, a time for fresh starts and spiritual renewal. The Japanese New Year is steeped in customs that emphasize purification and preparation for the year ahead. They visit shrines, send New Year's cards, and enjoy traditional foods like mochi, chewy rice cakes that symbolize longevity and good health. The first visit to a shrine, known as Hatsumodi, is a significant event where people pray for happiness and prosperity. From boisterous parties to quiet family gatherings, New Year's celebrations vary widely. In some cultures, the emphasis is on community and togetherness, while in others, it's about personal reflection and setting intentions for the future. From symbolic foods to ancient rituals, these traditions are deeply rooted in history and carry significant meaning. For instance, in some countries, people perform specific actions to ensure good luck, such as wearing certain colors or engaging in particular activities. New Year's celebrations are a testament to our shared human desire for a fresh start and a bright future. No matter where you are in the world, the essence of New Year's remains the same: hope, renewal, and the promise of new beginnings. Chapter 6, Honoring a Legacy, Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Here in the United States, January holds a special significance as we honor the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., a towering figure in the fight for civil rights and equality. His tireless efforts and profound impact on American society have left an indelible mark on the nation's history. Dr. King's vision of a world where people are judged by the content of their character rather than the color of their skin continues to resonate deeply with millions. Celebrated on the third Monday of January, this day is a reminder of Dr. King's unwavering commitment to justice and his dream of a more equitable society. Across the country, people come together to honor his memory through various activities, including parades, educational programs, and community service projects. These events not only celebrate his life but also serve as a call to action to continue his work. Dr. King's powerful words and nonviolent actions continue to inspire generations to strive for a world where everyone is treated with dignity and respect. His famous "I Have a Dream" speech, delivered during the 1963 March on Washington, remains one of the most iconic moments in American history. It encapsulates his vision for a future where equality and justice prevail. His message of love, compassion, and understanding resonates deeply, reminding us that the pursuit of equality is an ongoing journey, a journey we must all take together. Dr. King believed in the power of community and the importance of standing together in solidarity. His teachings encourage us to build bridges, not walls, and to seek common ground in our shared humanity. On this day, we reflect on the progress that has been made and acknowledge the work that still lies ahead. The fight for civil rights is far from over, and Dr. King's legacy challenges us to continue pushing for change. By educating ourselves and others about the history of the civil rights movement, we can better understand the struggles and triumphs that have shaped our society. We honor Dr. King's legacy by continuing his fight for justice, equality, and a more perfect union. Through acts of service, advocacy, and education, we can contribute to the realization of his dream. Let us remember that each of us has a role to play in creating a world where freedom and justice are accessible to all. Together, we can make a difference and ensure that Dr. King's vision lives on for future generations. And there you have it. January is so much more than just the first month of the year. From ancient traditions to modern milestones, this month has a lot to celebrate. If you learned something new today, give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe for more fascinating facts. Which January fact surprised you the most? Let us know in the comments below. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring.